everyone, and welcome to DASTCI. My name is Diana Olatunde, and you're welcome to the channel. So today we're going to be looking at the Bitcoin and Ethereum price chart. Personally, for me, I'm having mixed feelings about Bitcoin right now, because two things are actually happening simultaneously. All right, we're actually seeing a bullish reversal scenario. Now, if you look at this, I did say we were most likely going to hopefully create like a head and shoulder pattern yesterday, but that didn't play out as we thought, because this didn't touch the neckline. So that invalidates the head and shoulder pattern that we were hoping would form. But so I'm just going to delete those lines right there. But if you look at this very well, we actually are creating a double bottom pattern, right? And at the same time, we are creating a bullish divergence in line with the price action as against the relative strength index indicator. If you look at it, we came from a point of higher low to a point of lower low on the price action, and we created the opposite here. But on the RSI, we came from a point of low to a point of high. Okay, so we're actually seeing the opposite happen on the 4-hour time frame, and that is a bullish divergence sign. So hopefully we can actually see price begin to move to the upside from this point. And if you look at it very well, we seem to be having issues closing below this neckline zone, and we are also in a point of, in fact, we're actually on a point of 3 different supports right now. So I know that it's going to be a little bit hard for Bitcoin to break below these zones. Right now, if I should zoom out, you see it, we are on the support of this neckline coming from this point here. We are also on the support of this other horizontal support zone. We are also in the support of the monthly as well, because this big red box from here to this point is coming from the monthly support zone. So we are actually in like 3 support zones at once right now. And this is why I'm hoping that the price of Bitcoin would actually move to the upside. We're actually forming like a triple bottom right now, if you can see this, because we have a double bottom here. We have another double bottom here. It's like a double bottom within a double bottom. And that is also a bullish reversal signal. However, why I said initially in the beginning of this video that I'm having mixed feelings about Bitcoin is because of the news. Okay, 14 hours ago, this news came out that the crypto funds see $110 million in Bitcoin outflows as BTC price drops and investors risk off. So last week, $110 million was withdrawn from Bitcoin investment products as investors risked off in the face of mounting geopolitical events and Bitcoin's waning momentum. Yes, it's true. The momentum on Bitcoin has actually been waning for some days now. Yeah, a little bit over a week right now. And we've actually seen the momentum, really, really drop. Here on the screen, you can see the outflows on different cryptocurrency assets as they were moved from the particular exchanges. Okay, so we saw the most in Bitcoin. Bitcoin actually a lot of outflows was there as opposed to the inflows. So it's actually something you want to keep your eye on. We know that most times when huge prices like this are moved from the market, we tend to see more price drop and the price action of an asset. However, sometimes this happens and then Bitcoin still continues to do Bitcoin things and remain untouched. But another reason why I said I'm having mixed feelings about this, even though I might likely enter into a long position soon, why I'm having mixed feelings about it is also because if we drop into the daily time frame, you begin to understand what is making me a little bit cringy. Now, um, some of my videos back, I actually drew out this head and shoulder pattern that we have here. We have the first shoulder, we have the head, followed by the second shoulder. And in this second shoulder, we created a perfect double top pattern. Okay, we have the first top here to the neckline, followed by another top to the neckline. Yeah. Now, if you look at this very well, on yesterday's daily candle close, we actually closed below this double top. Okay. Now, if you know what that means, it's not something that is actually encouraging. Okay. If I'm to draw that out for you, you would see that we actually have this neckline somewhere around here. Yes. from that point to like about this point. This is where the farthest wick got to. Okay. And so far, we have just been dancing around that zone, dancing around that zone. But yesterday, we actually saw a very, 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 very clear close below that zone. On this time where we saw a close below the zone, it was actually more like the day finished in a rush because it came down to this point, and then the bulls just came in and pushed it up, and it was in between that pushing up that the new day started. So I couldn't really consider this as a close below because it was in the point of it was actually in the point of a switch, okay, a switch in momentum. So that's why I didn't count this. But yesterday we got that confirmation of the close below the neckline of this double top pattern, and that is actually very, very, very worrisome. Also, the way I trade double top patterns is to enter upon the close below at the second top, and most times when the trade is not going to go well in that regard, I wouldn't see that close below. But in this case, we see a perfect close below. We've also seen a close below the neckline. All right. So, and what that inevitably means more often than not in trades is that we're going to see much more prices go to the downside. And that is where I'm not happy about this whole scenario and why I'm actually holding back on taking any long positions right now. If you look at it, if I were to draw this to take price targets, you would see that our next target, if Bitcoin actually closes and breaks this zone, this 3-in-1 zone that we are on the neckline supports, on the horizontal supports, and on the monthly supports, if we actually close below it, Bitcoin could actually drop to as low as $49,184. And that is very, very, very worrisome, guys. If you also look at it very, very well, you would say that Bitcoin is creating a rounding top on the daily time frame, and it is not something that I enjoy seeing. Okay, if I'm to draw this, you would see that we are actually creating. I'm actually trying to draw it out for you, so you can see that we actually have a rounding top on the Bitcoin time frame. Okay, we are not seeing huge spikes to the upside, so volume is actually very, very low. Also, on the daily time frame, you can see that our sell volume is much more frequent and more higher than the buy volume. The buy volume is very, very low. So actually entering into the long position right now is not encouraging me at all to do that. All right. But let's see how it goes on the 4-hour time frame. We actually created that very nice double bottom. Sometimes this reverse actually begins to happen at the lower time frames before we begin to see it play out in the higher time frames. So right now, I'm just going to wait, but possibly if I want to enter into a risky trade, because I'm seeing a 38.2 candlestick here, which is also a reversal pattern for a bullish situation, I most likely would enter into a trade and put my long position somewhere around here if I want to risk that. But I'm still contemplating that. S is looking better for me right now. So let's go to the S price action. All right, guys. So we are on the F time frame, the 4-hour time frame. And yes, I'm so happy to see this. Our prediction and our hope actually came to pass that we were going to create an inverse head and shoulder pattern here. And we actually did. We touched the neckline here and we saw price move to this point, but did not touch the head. So we actually have a valid inverse head and shoulder pattern here, which is also a bullish momentum. So I've seen bullish momentums on both Ethereum and Bitcoin in the imminent short term right now. And the price targets, if we actually push back up into this zone and close above the neckline, the next price target for Ethereum will be at about $3,609. So I'm just going to wait till I see a close above this. A professional trader would actually enter trades right now because this is an entry candlestick for a bullish momentum right here. We've seen this also on the Bitcoin time frame. But I just like to be very patient sometimes, I would rather enter when I know I have better risk to reward ratio and I'm not necessarily risking my money. So But for those who are actually professional traders and know how to go about these things, you might want to consider this. I personally love what I'm seeing on the Ethereum 4-hour price charts, and hopefully we keep up with the momentum. Also, as you can see in the volume section, our buy volume is actually beginning to pick up, although the sell volume is still dominating right now, but the buy volume is beginning to pick up. So I want to check the daily time frame of Ethereum and see what we can make out from there. So on the daily time frame, we are still in a valid bearish trend. Yeah. And actually we are being supported by this monthly support zone. Okay, it is still serving as support right now. It has not yet flipped into resistance, guys. Until it flips into resistance, I'm not going to believe that any of these coins are going to be seeing lower prices. Although the scary part of this is that we've seen that this also created a double top and it gave us that entry candlestick for a short position, which means that prices are likely to go down. We also saw a retest of the neckline at this point with this candlestick and saw a huge rejection from that point, which is also an indication that prices is likely to go down. But in the smaller time frame, we're seeing that we may see a slight retracement to the upside, so long as we didn't really touch. If you look at this very well, let me explain what I'm saying very well. Um, to continue in a downtrend, the next high shouldn't be as high as the previous high. And our present price target is not touching the previous high, but it is very, very possible we see retracement to this zone because this is our next target. But that does not mean that we are not still in a bearish trend presently. Okay, so but for the retracement, you might choose to just take profits, trading that retracement, make some little cash for yourself. So but that is your discretion. On the daily time frame for both Bitcoin and Ethereum, I'm not feeling so happy about it. But let's see how that plays out. Okay. And on the 4-hour time frame, we are seeing some very good bullish signs there. So you might just want to take some short trades for the short term to make some profits. Be sure you know what you're doing, do your own proper technical analysis. This is not financial advice. Also, do not forget to like, comment, and share this video. It actually helps with the YouTube algorithm and encourages me to create more videos like this for you. Thanks and have a lovely day. Bye.